Hey, it's Candice. You know what time it is? It's Coffee Chats with Candice. So grab your cup of coffee or beverage of your choice and let's chat. If you're new here, I'm Candice, your go-to beauty business foundations coach. I help beauty pros like you get legit, organized, and financially confident from day one. Today, I want to share a story that represents what so many beauty pros experience. I hear it all the time on calls. You think you're doing everything right until you realize some behind the scenes pieces are missing. This particular beauty pro has been running as a sole prop, and that's totally fine because you can stay that way depending on your situation. It might work for years, it might not work, but just for the first year. It just depends on your situation. But as we talked, some different things came up. She didn't have a business bank account. Payments were running into her personal account. Venmo, personal checking, and expenses were coming out of her personal account. That makes bookkeeping and tax time messy, like so messy. And that sets you up for a possible audit because the IRS audits small businesses, sole proprietors in particular, for messy books. That's why you want to learn how to do everything. You want to make sure you're following the right rules, everything like that. She wasn't tracking expenses. She didn't know what counted as a deduction. The other thing too is, and I didn't even think about that, is that she also doesn't realize, and a lot of beauty pros, businesses in general, don't realize you have to track your assets, meaning anything that's over a certain dollar figure is going to be amortized over a certain amount of time and what its useful life is, like your equipment, your spray tan equipment, your extraction booth, your computer, just anything like that. So you have to keep track of that stuff and it stays on a report, an asset report that you have with your CPA. Your CPA then reports that stuff annually and deducts it accordingly. She didn't realize that when people search her business name, her home address shows up publicly. And she found that out when a client showed up at her house while she was at her salon waiting for this client. So that one hits hard. You're like, no, I have a salon or I have a location. I'm here. Where are you? It also freaks you out because then you feel like you're not professional. And you are. Don't ever think that you're not professional. But it freaks you out because you're like, oh my gosh, I needed to have that information and I didn't have that updated because you didn't know to look there. You didn't know there's so many things to keep up with in business. She didn't know that she needed to charge sales tax on retail products. Even if you just sell one product, if your state is a state that charges sales tax, you must charge sales tax on your products and you must have a sales tax certificate and you must do your filings. She wasn't doing everything wrong. She had insurance. She has a super cute setup and she posts consistently on socials, which is so much better than what I do. But the brand and the effort are there. She just wasn't taught the business side. And that's the thing. Most beauty pros weren't taught any of this. I wasn't taught any of this until I started learning it and started, doing things wrong and then getting caught up in it. And I always say I'm such a perfectionist. I want to make sure that I have everything, done right. I want to follow the rules and I don't want to mess up anything. I want to be that person for you that I needed when I started our first business and had no clue what I was doing. Skills get you there and they get you started, but structure keeps you safe. Business structure, your structure for your back end of your business. If you're thinking that some of this sounds like me, you're not alone and it's fixable. Here are a few simple steps that you can do. First, open a business bank account. Stop taking payments into personal accounts. Google your business name. If your home address is showing up or your home phone number, it's not so much your home phone number like it used to be a landline years ago. But if your personal mobile number is showing up, then you want to separate that from your personal. You want to have a business number. You can do that with one phone now because of an eSIM. You can have two numbers coming to the same phone. That's so important too, because you just want to keep that stuff separate because it's never going to go away. Once you put that into the universe, the public, once you make the announcement, your address and your phone number never come off all the places that it shows up for spam or for sales literature, that kind of stuff. It saves you a ton of headaches to do that. Also, check sales tax rules for retail. Start tracking your expenses today. You can make this happen now. Pull all your stuff, do it this weekend, do it today. Set aside 30 minutes each day and do it every day. That way it won't overwhelm you. Small steps create big confidence. I want you to have that confidence. I want you to be boldly showing up in your business so that you can provide the best service, the best you possible. Because when you have that confidence, you can do that. If you're thinking, Candice, I need help with this, you can absolutely work with me. Send me the word ready and I'll send you the options to work together. You can either put it in the comments, or if you don't want to put it in the comments, you can send me a DM. That way you're anonymous, of course. Anyway, so that's really all I have. I want to say thanks for being here live or on the replay, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And I look forward to chatting with you here with Coffee Chats with Candice. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or send me a DM. I am so happy to chat with you. All right, bye.